if you think light sparring doesn't work, watch this sparring session with Jo Nattawat, world Muay Thai champion, and arguably a guy who beat Tawanchai in one championship. And we're just touching. A lot of times we're trying to find out what level each other are trying to work at. We've agreed beforehand. We've set the parameters to be light, okay? So we technically could do this without a mouth guard, but I don't recommend that. If you need a mouth guard, check out Impact Mouth Guards. Use code Micah10. Okay, we're building it up. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Now we're getting a little loose, touching, adding some playful switches here. And Joe is just building his momentum as well. Even though it's light, you notice how like the impact is not hard? It's still at a decent pace. And if we were to just let it go, Elsa, we'd be able to actually, hurt people. Joe is a master of getting the knockout. He's got heavy hands, he's super powerful, but just like a grown man shaking a baby's hand, you can have the control to not just crush the baby's hand. Yes. And notice my hands
are a little low.
I like to bait and counter people, so I'm trying to draw them out. You know, I use different forms of defense. I like having a lower hand positioning because the angles of the shots can come from places that people can't see. I can loop shots, and the whip and looseness right there, you know, you see me land a few shots here. I add some feints. There we go. I'm trying to get out of that corner right now. I'm doing some stuff that Luke the Chef does. So we were preparing for Luke the Chef, another extremely talented young man, excellent fighter, one of my friends. And so I was just doing stuff that I know is a little bit unorthodox. But having a hands down guard is risky. And I would only recommend it to people who have great reflexes. And if you want to ask yourself, do I have great reflexes? You probably don't, you know? Touch and go. Like right now, I'm truly just playing. You know, I'm playful, but I'm not playing. So I'm still aware of like the danger. But when you work at this rate, you're allowing yourself to experiment. See, some of these shots that are coming down the line, I'm able to get a hand on them. Right there. Oh, I love when he does this. He was able to expose this for me, and I've changed a lot of my ways of dressing it. And I'll break this down right here. So he throws the kick, I toss it, and he immediately with his lead hand counters with the hook. And as soon as people get their kick tossed, a lot of times they panic. So don't panic when that kick gets caught. Ooh-wee. Yes, sir. Okay, right there, I'm able to figure out the range and pull. Remember, guys, sparring is not fighting. You are not, even if you win the sparring session, you didn't win shit. If Joe wanted a lot of these shots that he would have cracked me with, would have fucking slept me. You know, and I would have definitely had a different alertness and position. So don't get too loose, you know, thinking like, hey, let me copy some of my favorite fighters. You might not be at that stage yet. You know, there's certain guys that I watch and I'm like, dude, I'm not fucking smart. I'm not, you know, Samrock. But you still have to play. So I fake, I play possum. I'm like, oh, that knee hurt. You know, not really. But sometimes you play to kind of draw out certain patterns. So I wanted him to go in for the finish, but I wanted him to make sure that he wasn't, you know, focused totally on the finish and not what's coming back. Because when you put the possum into the corner, they're the most dangerous they've ever been. Yeah, so, you know, from here to here, that diamond cross guard, smothering, obviously that hand's low, but when I feel connection, I can feel a lot of times the intention of the other person. Joe's just so good at constantly picking. A lot of people say things about his, I try to sneak elbows in there. A lot of people say stuff about his power, which is amazing. But there's another level and tier that Joe has, is that he constantly is just like picking at people, pop, 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 pop. There's a certain musicality to his movement and you feel it. And he picks different shots. So he's going up top. He's hitting that back leg a lot. I noticed with Joe that I didn't notice with a lot of other people is he targets that back leg with like peppering shots. Ooh, I do a little backhand karate style. Pop. That shit works, honestly. I seen Andrei Arlovsky do it a long time ago to get a KO after he missed a right straight. And I've been doing that ever since. I don't recommend eating a bunch of shots from Jo Nattawat. He just landed like 4 in a row. And our goal here, our mission, I want Joe to work. I want him to deal with somebody who's trying to be tricky, who's throwing shots that are unorthodox. You know, I've gotten the opportunity to work and train with Luke. Right there, that check, like I actually was able to check that by like turning my leg out at a very weird, almost like I was throwing a knee. And then the right straight into right head kick. Ooh, I like that. And then being able to switch stances is super key here. To be dynamic from each side is important. Like you see, these shots that are landing are so light. Had he landed those shots for real, dude, I'm gonna be a little, you know, I'll be drunk without drinking anything. It'll be like every shot from Joe is like going on a bender, dude. Hitting that soju. And right here, bang, bang. Yes, nice. I'm just trying to push him. At this point, I wasn't like in my peak shape, but I'm just trying to push him because he just needs a good sparring partner, a guy to get good work. I'm trying to hang on him. Right there, I would have been eating shots, but I'm just trying to push him. I know at this point I'm relatively safe with Joe. He's still trying to touch me, but nothing with bad intent. I'm just trying to make him work. Yes, let's go, let's go.
60 seconds, 60 seconds.
Hands completely down. This is the last place you want to be like hands down. If you were to play that style, you want to kind of be at the end of the range. Like right there, he's just catching me with shots. But I'm just pushing. I'm almost like taking the role of a padholder here. Just like, yo, work, forcing him to work. Now I'm going on the back foot because it's like this is what, you know, the opponent is really good at is fighting long. So now I'm making him come to me. So changing the dynamic and shifting into multiple ways. Ooh, that right hand would have been saucy. Nice, nice. Joe is just finding that over and over again. So I try to make a little bit harder to read. You know, the fatigue is setting in, but still able to push, It's funny when the coach goes, keep throwing. You're like, I can't, I'm fucking tired. You throw. Dude, that's after, you know, the session. I obviously am like, fucking done, bruh. Now, if you're someone struggling with building defense, watch this video.